Global Alliance for People and Planet, Rocky Mountain Institute, and Japan International Cooperation Agency. Others include the Sustainable Energy for All, Agence Française de Développement, United Kingdom Nigeria Infrastructure Advisory Facility, European Union, United Nations and Industrial Development Organization Global Environment Facility, United States Agency for International Development, among others. The Director of Promotion and Outreach, Muntari Ibrahim, who disclosed this in a statement issued in Abuja yesterday, said from 2020 to date, REA has provided power to over 7.5 million people, including 1.5 million households, delivering 130 mini-grid projects, including 1.3 million standalone home systems. The agency has equally deployed over 1,650 kilometers solar street lights, improving power, security, and economic growth in rural areas. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court has reserved judgment in the appeal filed by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, challenging the victory of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 25th election. The 7-member panel of the Supreme Court reserved judgment after parties in the appeal adopted their respective briefs of arguments today. The 7-member include John Okoro, Wani Abacha Aji, Lawal Garba, Ibrahim Salawa, Adamu Joro, Tijani Abubakar, and Emmanuel Agim. Atiku, who contested the election under the People's Democratic Party, is seeking the nullification of Tinubu's election as the apex court. In another development, the Kogi State Governor, Yahaya Bello, has clarified the incident earlier reported as an assassination attempt on him, which was widely reported on social media, saying it was a minor disagreement between the security details attached to him and some military personnel providing security on the road. In an interview granted to the press a few moments ago at his residence in Abuja last night, Governor Bello stated that there was no attempt whatsoever on his life. The governor, who commended the security agencies for their joint contribution to the improved security of lives, property enjoyed by the citizens of Kogi State, however, called on the high command of the agencies involved to investigate overzealousness or unprofessional conduct by any of their men involved in the incident and apply necessary sanctions. The governor called on citizens of Kogi State to ignore any attempts by political profiteers to use the incident to unsettle the policy at the state 2023 governorship election slated for November 11th, as it's drawn near. He assured the state of his safety and the adequacy of security arrangements to ensure the elections are peaceful, free, as well as fair. In another development, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps Bauchi Command said it arrested a 500-level student of the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, for allegedly stabbing a 17-year-old student to death. The NSCDC Commandant Ilela Boye Oyedije said this yesterday while briefing newsmen in Bauchi on the incidents. Oyedije said the suspect was arrested in Misau local government area of the state. He said the command received information that the lifeless body of the deceased Umar Usman, a secondary school student from Misau, was found wrapped in a white cloth and dumped at Misau bypass. He said that after a series of investigations by the operatives, the suspect, Abdullahi Ibrahim, a 500-level student of veterinary medicine ABU Zaria, was arrested. Moving on to the international scene. Pope Francis and United States President Joe Biden discussed the Israeli-Hamas conflict and other wars in a telephone conversation yesterday. The Vatican said, according to a report by the Jerusalem Post, the conversation lasted about 20 minutes and focused on conflict situation in the world and the need to identify path to peace. Israel is preparing for a ground assault on Gaza 2 weeks after a Hamas attack in Israel killed 1,400 people. Earlier yesterday, Francis told crowds in St. Peter's Square he was deeply saddened by the grave situation in Gaza, where an Anglican hospital and a Greek Orthodox church had been bombed. Hundreds of demonstrators rallied outside the United Nations yesterday demanding the release of hostages seized by the Hamas. And that's all you have in the news in brief on BUK TV. I am Hadiza Abubakar. Do stay with us.